Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and welcome back to the Thai Expat Daily Show. I'm your host, Kieran Mack, as always, and delighted you've been able to tune in with us yet again on this Thursday morning. Now, before we do get started, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell. If you like listening to us on a podcast player, link down below in the description that will take you to a website where a vast array of podcast players hosting this show can be found. And finally, if you like the show, if you want to support us here on the show, easiest and the best way to do it is become a channel member. Again, details down below in the description. But now that's all done and dusted, we're going to jump into the trending stories here in Thailand today. Thailand's Minister of Tourism and Sport, Mr. Sarawang Tong, announced that the country welcomed over 26 million international tourists from January 1st to September 29th, generating an impressive 1.214 trillion baht in revenue. The top 5 countries contributing to the surge in tourism were China, 5.2 million, Malaysia, 3.7 million visitors, India, 1.5, South Korea, 1.37, and Russia, 1.1 million visitors, underscoring Thailand's continuing recovery and its status as a premier global travel destination. Now, Sarawang highlighted that long-haul markets showed notable improvement between September 23rd and 29th, with 142,000 tourists arriving, a 6.85% increase from the previous week. Germany and the United Kingdom led the charge in this resurgence. On the other hand, short-haul arrivals experienced a slight dip, particularly from Malaysia, where numbers fell following the conclusion of school holidays. Now, overall international arrivals for that week totaled 592,000, reflecting a 1.69% decline. Now, looking ahead, Sarawang expressed optimism, citing upcoming factors expected to drive further growth. These include the Chinese National Day holidays, new government measures aimed at easing travel, and increased airline capacity with more flights to Thailand. These efforts are set to boost Thailand's tourism industry as it enters the final quarter of 2024. So with such promising figures, do you think Thailand can surpass its pre-pandemic tourism levels by the end of this year? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Health and anti-money laundering officials alongside local police conducted raids on 10 Chinese-owned minimarts in Bangkok's Wei Kwang district after local business owners complained about a flood of contraband goods entering the market. The Network for Thai and Entrepreneur Protection had accused these convenience stores of selling smuggled consumer goods, which resulted in significantly lower prices, making it difficult for Thai businesses to compete. The network also provided evidence showing that many of these products lack Thai language labeling and the necessary certification from the Food and Drug Administration. Leading the raid on Tuesday was the Vice Minister of Public Health. He inspected the mini-marts, which are popular among Chinese tourists and business operators. He confirmed that the Public Health Ministry had already taken legal action against 100 mini-marts this year for selling unapproved Chinese imports. He also emphasized that the investigation would extend beyond FDA violations to potential money laundering activities, as the earnings from these shops were reportedly being sent directly back to China. Now, Mr. Tanakrit called on the Department of Revenue to investigate whether the shops and their landowners are properly paying taxes. Now, while the outcome of the raids is yet to be disclosed, this crackdown raises concerns about the broader economic impact and legality of such operations. So should more stringent measures be enforced to prevent contraband goods from undercutting local businesses, or is there another solution to balance competition in the marketplace? Your comments down below in the comment section as always. Police have filed 4 charges against Samarn Changkut, the driver of a bus that caught fire, claiming the lives of at least 20 students and 3 teachers in Pathum Thani on Tuesday. The incident has left the nation in shock as details continue to emerge. Samarn, 48, fled the scene of the horrifying accident but later turned himself in at a relative's home in Antong province. He was subsequently transferred to Pathum Thani for further questioning. According to the police, Samarn stated that he was in a state of shock and panic, leading him to leave the scene. The bus, one of 3 in a convoy transporting students from Uthai Thani to an exhibition in Nonthaburi, crashed near Zir Rangsit shopping centre around midday. Sarman told police that he was driving at 70 to 80 kilometers per hour when the bus suddenly lost balance, potentially from hitting a pothole. He explained that the vehicle appeared to have a problem similar to a burst tyre or airbag failure, causing him to lose control. The bus collided with a Mercedes-Benz before hitting a medium, and flames spread rapidly through the vehicle. Now, the charges against Sarman include reckless driving causing danger to people or property, reckless driving causing death, careless driving causing physical or mental harm, and failing to provide assistance after the accident. Investigators are still waiting for forensic results and a report on the bus's condition, including the converted gas tank, before deciding on any additional charges against the bus operator. Now, the bus was carrying 38 students along with 6 teachers. 20 students and 3 teachers perished in the fire, and the survivors were rushed to hospital. 3 injured students remain in critical condition, with 2 being transferred to Thammasat University Hospital and 1 aged 14 receiving treatment at Pat Rangsit Hospital for severe burns. In a bid to identify the victims, DNA samples have been collected from the relatives of 15 deceased individuals. Meanwhile, families of the remaining victims are travelling from Uthai Thani province. Police confirmed that 17 bodies had been identified so far, with the cause of death determined for 11 of them. The bus, a 54-year-old vehicle that had undergone numerous modifications, including a conversion to natural gas, is under investigation to determine if these changes contributed to the tragedy. His Majesty the King has extended royal patronage to all 23 victims, whose funeral rites will be held at Wat Khao Praya Sankaram in Uthai Thani province. So, with so many questions still unanswered, do you think more stringent regulation should be imposed on older vehicles and gas conversions in public transportation? And what can be done to ensure that this tragedy never happens again? Your comments, as always, down below in the comment section. And finally, immigration officers at Phuket International Airport have arrested 2 Syrian nationals, Mr. Abdul Karim and Mr. Mohammed, both 23 years of age, for using or possessing forged passports. The men, who had arrived on Batik Air Malaysia flight OD 540 from Kuala Lumpur, were carrying passports from the UAE, which raised immediate suspicion among the officers. Upon closer inspection, it became clear that the passports lacked several key security features, including the UAE state seal on the facial image. The officers noted additional discrepancies such as incorrect positioning of the state seal, absence of security fibers visible under UV light, abnormal book binding, mismatched front cover details. Upon further investigation, the officers found that the men's real Syrian passports hidden in their belongings. During questioning, both suspects admitted to using the forged UAE passports in an attempt to escape the ongoing war in Syria. They were subsequently handed over to Saku police station for legal proceedings. Now, according to officials, the 2 men will be deported back to Syria once the legal process is complete. The Syrian civil war, which began in 2011, has displaced millions of people and forced many to flee the country in search of safety. While the intensity of the conflict has lessened, the war continues to disrupt the lives of countless Syrians, leaving individuals like Mr. Abdul Karim and Mr. Mohammed to take desperate measures.